Sir, we are live now. I request your permission to start with the session.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Thank you, sir. Hari Om, everyone. A warm welcome to the 15th session of Fire Anatomy, a lecture series for the first year BMS students. The exclusive sessions will be taken up by the eminent speakers of anatomy across the country for a period of 27 days, which started from 23rd of June and will be running up to 17th of July. Before starting the session, let me introduce you to Jignasa. Jignasa is a pan-India platform of Ayush fraternity led by the student community of Bharata and was initiated by ABVP in the year 1998. Its motto is Learn Ayush to Practice Ayush. It involves empowering Ayush students from campus to community, bridging the gap between Ayush students and policymakers as well as administrative authorities, connecting every aspect of Ayush, including students, academicians, practitioners, scientists, industrialists, and hospitals all under one umbrella. Think globally, act locally. In last two decades, our efforts were to strengthen the Ayush education system and boost confidence among Ayush students. Jignasa initiated various programs in different parts of the country, from grassroots to international platforms through discussions, study circles, seminars, workshops, and conferences. Let me list a few initiatives undertaken by Jignasa. Study circles, lecture series on specific topics, free medical camps, social health status survey, hands-on training workshops, conferences to explore and learn unique aspects of Ayurveda, interaction with eminent Vaidyas and academicians, brainstorming sessions with Ayush stalwarts, policymakers, and key stakeholders of Ayush systems, National Arogya Expo and International Conference, national level seminars, medicinal plant visits, pharmaceutical visits, agitations for the demands of high student community, private internship program for interested students to learn with acharyas, interaction with traditional healers and visits to explore regional flora, online mock tests, social awareness campaigns on various issues, campaigns for the promotion of various concepts of high systems for social welfare like Swarna Bindu Prashna Camp, Ashwashatatari Yoga, Group Surya Namaskara and other competitions related to high systems. Free healthcare assistance was also provided to people through local governance bodies during natural calamities and accidents. In our yesterday session, more than 300 students joined for the live session and asked their queries regarding the subject and examination. And so far, we have received 10,000 plus views on our videos regarding Ayur Anatomy series. We hope to reach as many students as possible who can take maximum benefit out of this. Vidyanamanarasya Rupamadikam Prachana Guptam Dhanam. We have seen the inability of common students to afford huge amounts on commercial study platforms. Despite their jignasa, that is their burning desire to learn. The jignasa is here to give a helping hand, learn anatomy with experts, and all we need is your immense interest to learn. Today, we have Dr. Hanish Sir, BMS MD, Assistant Professor Rachana Sharira, Prasanna College of Ayurveda and Hospital, Beltangi. Sir, we are fortunate enough to have you on the session today, sir. Sir is General Secretary, Academic Committee in the Ayurveda Federation of India. Sir has done 4.5 years. Sir has 4.5 years of teaching experience. Sir has published 6 national and international peer-reviewed journals. Sir has also presented 7 scientific papers in various international and national seminars. Sir has attended more than 20 international seminars. Sir has masterclass and fellowship in sexual medicine. Sir is also founder of Veda Prabha Ayurveda. Sir, we welcome you to the session, sir, and to each and everyone who is watching this. We hope you find it helpful. Sir, now I request you to carry forward with the session. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Kartri. Om Dhanvantaraya Namaha, Srimad Gurubhyo Namaha. Myself, Dr. Anish T, Assistant Professor, Department of Rachana Sharira, Prasanna College of Ayurveda. Today, as you are aware, today I am going to talk about Acing Anatomy Exams, a study guide. See, these are the tips I am going to discuss in my upcoming slides. From the day one onwards, everybody might, most of the time, every student will hear in their first year BAMS that anatomy is the toughest subject. I hope all of you have gone through the syllabus, because unlike till the last year, syllabus entirely changed. So you can log into ncsimindia.org. If you click on Indian medicine, you will get Ayurveda, right click, you will get curriculum and syllabus, UG, you will have both old and new syllabus, and you can download the new syllabus. Regarding anatomy examination, the primary thing is preparing a study planner. Study planner is one of the most essential tool to succeed anatomy exams. See, generally what will happen, for example, all of you might have written your preparatory examination. So after examination, okay, I couldn't do well, you get scared, you get worried, okay, how to study more. Otherwise, you are seeing your friend is studying so much, so you get, okay, I have to study, I didn't study. So initially, most of the student psychology, what will happen, they will go and open the textbook or notebook and start with reading the topic which they already know. For example, again, they will start with the basics of osteology or Sharirobakramaniya Sharira. But you shouldn't do that. You have to prioritize the topics which you need to cover. For example, tough topics or else the topics left behind earlier. So you have to start with such topics, then you can revise the topics which you already know. And you have to plan the time you need to finish each topic. And now still we have 2 to 3 weeks for examination. So divide the remaining available time during the week into study blocks. For example, paper 1, morning 8 to 9 I will read so and so topic. Again, after 10 to 11 o'clock I'm going to cover the next portion. So like that, you have to divide each day into study blocks. And you must remember, you have to give enough time for revision and practice test. It plays a crucial role. Generally, what will happen towards the examination, each student will read the topic, goes on reading continuously hours together, but they will not try to revise what they have studied, and they will not try to write it and see. So unless until you do not do that, you may not be able to retain or recollect whatever you have studied. So enough time you should provide for revision and practice test. Then, while organizing notes, the initial thing you have to do, making a list of all the
Sir,
topics you need to. Hello?
sir, are you changing the slides, sir?
Yes, yes. Is it not changing?
Oh, no, sir.
Now,
Now it's changing, sir.
um, once again, I will see maximizing the screen. You have to let me know whether it is
Okay,
changing
sir.
or not. Is it changing?
Okay, sir.
Is it
No, sir.
changing? Okay.
No, sir. No, sir.
So I will not maximize. I will change it in this way. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Is this
Yes, sir.
okay?
Yes, sir.
So I
It's
was
okay,
talking.
sir.
So I was talking about the significance of preparing a study planner and how you have to prioritize. For example, you have to give more priority to the topics which left behind or tough topics, etc. And you have to plan how much time you are going to spend on each topic to finish. Okay. Then I was telling you the relevance of organizing or how to organize your note. So making a list of all the topics you need to cover, this is the first thing you have to do. Then divide the topics into smaller blocks or chunks and organize your notes by topic. For example, if you have decided to revise digestive system in 2 hours, you have to divide, for example, stomach for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Like that, you have to divide each topic into smaller blocks. So this will, what is the benefit of doing that? This will help you to remain in the track, and you will come to know, okay, so and so topic I haven't covered, so I have to focus a little more. I shouldn't waste time, I have to cover it with stipulated time. So making notes in that way highly beneficial. And as we are talking about anatomy examination, as we all are aware, prac- drawing diagrams is an essential part of your anatomy examination. If you draw a neatly labeled diagram, you can score a very good marks. So reminder, you must practice drawing diagrams. So whenever, wherever it is necessary, while preparing the notes itself, you start practicing drawing diagram. Don't forget, practice drawing diagrams is highly essential. Then, while writing notes, which you already know, you should focus on highlighting key terms and concepts. So what is the benefit of doing that? For example, before examination, now only 2 or 3 weeks is left, so 2 days prior you want to revise some specific topic. So in a speedy quick revision, if you highlight the key terms and concepts, it will be easy for you to recollect whatever you have studied on that topic without missing the relevant information. So this will quickly identify the important information, and this is the easier way to review and remember whatever you have studied. And it is also helping answering the questions more accurately during the examination. Then All of us are reading, every student is reading, everybody wanted to pass. So how to make it effective reading, or else are we reading it effectively? So this is the method called as SQ3R method. This is invented or described by Francis P. Robinson. So this includes survey, question, read, recite, and review. These are the stages of SQ3R. So initially, for example, before you read any specific topic in the syllabus, you go through the outline of the specific topic. What are the main headings included? Okay, whether types have been described or not, what is the relevance of that, what are the subheadings included in that. So you get a superficial idea of what you are going to study. So this will help you to have an overview of the material. Next, for example, you are preparing respiratory system, so you can form the question in 5 marks which question will be asked, in 10 marks which question will be asked. For example, difference between right and left lungs. So you already frame question and seek the answers in that specific topic. Okay, this is like setting a purpose for your reading. Then after that you will read it actively. You have to read focusing on understanding, not just superficial reading. You have to go through each line and take notes, and as I told you in my previous slides, you have to highlight the key points. Next stage is reciting. So you already studied, you are trying to find the answers for the necessary questions. Now try to summarize it on your own words and try to recollect whatever you have studied. So this will help you to retain whatever you have gone through till now. And at the end you have to review notes and summarize. After doing all these steps, you have to go through the notes which you have prepared. And there, obviously, after reading, there will be some missed portions or some areas which is not clear for you. So again, focus on that area and revise it. So this will help to solidify the understanding of the concept. So this is scientifically proven method. So this is the effective reading called as SQ3R method. Then this is the common question or common doubt or common complaint of every student. Sir, we are reading again and again, but we are not able to retain. Is it our mistake? I am not able to remember. So reading is done by everyone. So how to make it a smart reading or studying smart? So for that, there is a method called spaced repetition. It's a common tendency among students towards the exam. So they will roam here and there, and towards the last 2 months of examination, they will sit hours together to read the topic without even stepping out of the room or without standing up from the chair. So what is happening here? Indirectly, it will make you more tired, weak, or the capacity to learn, capacity to retain whatever you are reading is will be minimized. So there is something called spaced repetition. So this is a technique that allows you to take breaks while studying. So you should not read continuously hours together. What you have to do, you have to fix a time. For example, 45 minutes you have to read, and after that you have to give sufficient breaks, a 5 or 10 minutes break. So this will reduce the stress and helping in the increasing knowledge and retention. Okay, so you have to review information at specific intervals. So initially, for example, today onwards you are going to practice spaced repetition. So initially, or tomorrow morning you are going to start spaced repetition. So morning 1 hour you are reading specific topic kala sharira. So initially, while implying this method, what you have to do, after an hour or after 2 hours, you try to recollect what you were, or try to remember what you have read in the morning. So you have to give specific time gap. Then after 4 hours, then after next day, you have to try to remember whatever you were reading. Okay, so this will help you to learn and remember in a better way, gives your brain time to process and consolidate information. So spaced repetition is the best way to retain whatever you have studied. Then will you believe that you can improve your memory in just 40 seconds? Any one of you going to believe that you can improve your memory just in 40 seconds? See, this is a proven method. Okay. In an interview, the interviewer asked the researcher, Chris Bird, is there any method to improve our memory or boost up our memory? So he told, yes, definitely there is a method which is called as 40 seconds method. Just utilize 40 seconds. It can improve your memories. How it is happening? How it will work? So you are going to read something, okay, you are going to try to study something. After that, in your mind, try to replay or recollect whatever you have read, okay, whatever you wanted to remember, whatever you wanted to perceive, you try to replay in your mind. Then start describing it to yourself in just 40 seconds by briefing whatever you have gone through in your mind. Okay, it may sound simple, but if you try, definitely it works. Okay, so what you have to do, after reading or after trying to learn something, you try to recollect it in your mind, replay it in your mind. Then after that, start describing it to yourself just in 40 seconds. And while recalling, you have to make it an by trying to remember key points or concepts related to the topic. So in that 40 seconds, entire things you cannot remember. So you try to recollect the key points and concepts related to the specific topic and summarize and explain the information in your own words. Okay, so make it more effective. You can teach it to your friends like group discussion, or else you can imagine that you are describing the topic to someone else. Definitely it will help you to remember and retain this knowledge in your exam in a better way. So for improving your memory, I suggest you to follow this 40 seconds method. Next, here comes the relevance of understanding the exam format. So exam includes all these key features like question paper, understanding the question paper, then what is answer, how much time you are going to get answer, or the time. So all together contribute the term exam. So each one we are going to see. So understanding the exam format, all of you already aware that our new syllabus NCSM mentioned the pattern for examination as MCQs, short answer questions, and long answer questions. So every student, before appearing, before writing the examination, they should be aware about what to write, how much to write, and the basic presentation techniques, which is specifically for short answer question and long answer question. You know, in short answer question, you know, I need to explain all by paragraph all the elaborated data. Short answer question just needs to be precise and specific, whereas in long answer question you have to give more detailed description. So this is the pattern which you should understand first. So knowing this format will help you to better prepare and focus your study effort. For example, you know, now this NCSM has given certain pattern blueprint for your examination. From specific topic only short answer question will be asked, or else long answer question will be asked. So while studying, you fix a time for 5 marks question. For example, I have made the time division in your exam hall. In short answer question, if you keep 8 minutes, you learn that answer and try to write it in a stipulated time of 8 minutes. So this will help you to maintain the time or time management in your examination. And here I just wanted to give an attention on an important matter, that you all of you might have heard, something is better than nothing. Here I'm modifying it. You should think about partial credit, which is better than no credit. So even if you get stuck with a tough question which you feel not confident, or you doesn't know completely a proper answer of that, still you should not leave any question in the examination. Think, you should think about partial credit, which is better than no credit. Always try to remember this. Do not leave any question and leave the examination hall. Then this is the contents of paper 1, which is divided into 3 terms, which you already know. This is the contents of paper 2. This is also divided into 3 terms. Next, here comes the examination papers and mark distribution. So you are already aware that we have two papers. Each theory paper carries 100 marks, so total 200 marks. And whereas in practical, 100 marks practical marks, and Viva 70 marks. In anatomy, there is no electives, and internal assessment carries 30 marks, so total 200. And entire paper 1 and 2 along with practicals, it carries 400 marks. So same with the paper 2, I mean paper 1 layout. So MCQs, I already told you, there is 20 MCQs, so each carries 1 marks, so total 20 marks. Short answer questions are 18 numbers, each carries 5 marks, so the total marks are 40. Long answer questions are 4 in number, each question carries 10 marks, so total 40. And here comes the total marks 100. Here what you have to remember is you should answer all the questions. Do not leave any questions. And the time limit for each exam is 3 hours. This is the paper layout for paper 2. Now I just wanted to tell you, this blueprint you can get it in your syllabus copy, but if you have a look on this, you can see marks decided by RGHS. So for this batch, RGHS made little changes in the allotted mark by the NCSM. For example, entire syllabus is divided into themes like A, B, C, D, etc. So the first theme consists of Sharira Ubakramaniya, Paribhasha Sharira. In Sharira Ubakramaniya, MCQs are there, short answer questions are there. There is no long answer question. So the marks allotted as per NCSM is 6, but the RGHS revised it into 7 marks. So from here you can understand, from Sharira Ubakramaniya topic, you can get a 5-mark short answer question and 2 MCQs. And next, in Paribhasha Sharira, there is MCQs, there is no short answer question, there is no long answer question. The marks allotted by NCSM was 4, but RGHS revised it into 3. So there is only mild difference, but from this mark distribution, actually it is in favor of students. You can understand only 3 MCQs is asked from Paribhasha Sharira, and remaining almost things are same, but I just wanted to highlight the theme F and theme G. If you open your syllabus, it is clearly mentioned that from nervous system there will be a long answer question, and in endocrinology, endocrine glands, from there also a long answer question is mentioned. But RGHS, for this examination, they have revised it into one question with the 2 parts. So the part A will be from nervous system for 5 marks, and part B will be from endocrinology, any endocrine glands, for 5 marks. So altogether 10 marks. So it is not coming separately, nervous system long answer question 10 marks and endocrinology 10 marks question. So instead of that, they divided into a part A and part B, so both together 10 marks. And one more thing related to blueprint I wanted to tell you, that if you go through the entire blueprint of the question pattern, the maximum questions, for example MCQ, the maximum questions is asked from the topic which is mentioned as must know. So among 20 questions, 15 questions are from must know. Here in short question, among 8 questions, all the 7 questions from must know. In long answer question, all the 4 questions are from must know. So while studying, while preparing for your examination, give maximum weightage for the must know portions which is mentioned in your syllabus. Next one, this is the question paper blueprint for paper 2. Here there is nothing like in prior paper 1 blueprint, 5-mark distribution and all. Small changes are made. This you can refer even after this session. You can go through the video or you can take the screenshot from this. And here also, again, I want to repeat, must know part, maximum question, 16 questions. And in here, short answer question, among 8, all the 7 questions from must know, and long answer questions, all the 4 questions are from must know part. So give maximum attention on long and must know part. Next, what is an answer? See, generally there is 2 situations in examination hall. what will happen? First thing, you are seeing the question paper and you are getting excited. Oh my god, I know all the answers, I am going to rock the examination. So in that excitement also, just as I told you in my previous slide, part A, part B, or the question will be long. Okay, so you may miss some part of the question. So it ultimately lead for the losing of marks in that specific question. For example, in an essay, part A, part B is there. Out of excitement, if you are missing part B, you are ultimately going to miss 5 marks. Another one situation is like you are seeing the question paper, completely getting stressed out. Oh my god, I am not able to, I don't know what I am going to do. So in that also, out of this stress, out of the extreme stress, you may not be reading the question carefully and you may not be understanding the question. Before that, you will proceed with the answer. So I suggest you to read carefully and understand the question before you start writing the answer. And always try to present your answers in a only for the ask question. See, you might have heard from your seniors, some of your friends might come and told you, see, anatomy, the examination is very easy, you just attend and write anything, fill the paper and give. My suggestion, you should not just write any blunders in the paper, because every evaluators will be seeing, opening the answer sheet in an expectation for some good answers. So don't write blunders in your paper. Present your answer for the asked question, at least related to the asked question. Then always try to give the answers in a simple and clear way. Just don't write paragraph by paragraph. Add maximum tabular columns, add maximum schematic representation, add relevant diagrams wherever it is necessary. Okay, so always these diagrams will help you to give a clarity and a simplified presentation of your answer. See, once again I am telling, just don't write paragraph by paragraph. It is creating two problem. One thing, it need more time for you to write the answer, and you may not be able to represent the actual point which is relevant in that question. So it is always advisable or advised to write the answer in point by point. Next, regarding marks, generally most of the students used to have, sir, we heard like there will be two evaluators. Yes, there are two evaluators, and you will get highest mark among the two evaluation. For example, the first evaluator gave you 55 marks and the second evaluator gave you 65 mark. So definitely you are going to get the highest mark, that is 65. Okay, and if there is a difference between two evaluators more than 15 marks, it will be forwarded for a third valuation. Okay, and for passing, you have to score in theory aggregate 50 percentage, like 100 marks among two papers you have to score for pass, and in practical also 50 percentage is essential. Don't forget, this is highly important. There is no evaluation for your एग्जामिनेशन. सो आफ्टर एग्जामिनेशन मैंने बहुत अच्छा किया था, मुझे दोबारा रिवैल्यूएशन करना है, ಆ ತರ ಯಾವುದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ರಿವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್. Next one, regarding time management. This is the question from the first examination in my career to in just 2 days back. I mean, just recently we had a preparatory examination. Till that examination, we used to hear this query from each student, sir, how to manage time? We couldn't write the last two questions. Sir, due to time management issues, we have to unfortunately we missed one or two questions. So how to manage time? See, here I have tailored a pattern. I have made a pattern. I'm not telling that 100% you have to follow this pattern. Maybe your teachers might have guided you with some another pattern. This is the pattern which I find as feasible, and I have given this to my students. So multiple choice question, which already you know that 20 questions will be there. According to me, you can allot 1 minute for each question. So altogether it will take only 20 minutes. Then for short answer questions, there are 8 questions. Each question you can keep 8 minutes. So it will take around 1 hour and 4 minutes. Then after that, long answer question. Each question, there are 4 questions. Each question you can keep 15 minutes. So it will also take 1 hour, so total 2 hours 24 minutes. So naturally you must be thinking, sir, what we will do remaining 36 minutes? See, this 36 minutes you should use for revising for the any omitted part. For example, in hurry you missed a question, or else you thought due to time limit you thought, okay, towards the end I will fill the remaining parts. So for checking such kind of points, like you can cross check every answer. If you want to add any left parts, that you can do. And towards the last 5 minutes you can fill the necessary OMR sheet, front sheet, like you have to fill the questions you have appeared in your answer sheet. That and all will be guided by the concerned teachers on that day. So this is the time pattern which I have made and I have advised to my students. So once again I am repeating, each MCQ carries 1 minute, so 20 minutes. Each SAQ you can allot 8 minutes per question, so 1 hour 4 minutes. In long answer question you can give 15 minutes per question, so total 1 hour, so 2 hours and 24 minutes altogether it will take. And remaining 36 minutes you can use for cross checking your written answers. Then how to manage the time? Obviously you have to keep an eye on the clock. This will help you to stick on the stipulated time schedule which I have told you in the previous slide. Then leave the question and move on the next question exactly after the stipulated time. For example, if you are writing a long answer question, you should leave that question immediately after 15 minutes and should start writing the next question. And you can utilize the last 36 minutes for left out answers. And for making a better presentation of your answers, make boxes for diagram, and you can highlight the heading and subheadings and points. See, due to space insufficiency, I am just showing how. See, this is highly useful to tailor a pattern for your answers. Few limited headings. So in an Ayurveda question, if an Ayurveda question is asked, initially you can give an introduction about the specified question, then you can talk about the definitions related to the question, then you can give the shloka with sufficient references, then give description for that shlokas. Then if it is having some types, for example asti, then you can talk about the asti prakara, then a number of asti according to various acharyas. Okay, then if there is any specific significance about that specific question, that you can describe. Then you can correlate, or you can give interpretation to that questions, then give a conclusion for whatever you have written above. Okay, so these are the basic headings you can include it in Ayurveda question. If it is a modern question, same, you can give a general introduction to the question. And next then after that you can draw a neatly labeled diagram. For example, if it is an organ, if it is a bone, next you can draw a diagram and give labeling to that. After that, talk about the location. Okay, then after location you can talk about describe about the dimensions, and if there is any specific peculiarities. For example, clavicle is having some peculiarities, so you can talk about that, like that. If there is any peculiarities, you can describe that peculiarities. Then start describing. If it is a long bone femur, then upper and shaft, lower, and like that, part by part you can describe. If it is an organ, then you can talk about anterior relation, posterior relations, like that you can talk about by keeping separate side headings or subheadings. Then arterial supply, venous drainage, these and all you can keep as subheadings. Then nerve supply, you can talk about brief about the histology. Even you don't need to describe entire histological aspect, at least some brief description about the histological aspect of that specific organ. Then clinical anatomy or applied anatomy related to that. Then after that you can conclude, give a 2-3 line conclusion about the specific question. Then next, regarding your Sharirajana practical examination. See, regarding this importance of question, how to give answers to specific topic and all, as my topic is just related to study planner, I'm focusing on that. I'm not specifically describing like in an organ what and all you should add, in an artery is asked what and all you should add. Also, the time limit is not permitting me to explain everything in detail. Next, Sharirajana practical aspects. So theoretical aspect out of scaredness or out of the previous, you might have heard so many training programs, etc. previously also. So I believe that you might have not gone through the practical syllabus points because you think it is coming later. So in practical, the distribution of practical exam is 100 marks for practical, then Viva 70 mark, internal assessment 30 marks, so total 200 marks. So the distribution comes like sporting, so I'm going to show it in my upcoming slides, 20 marks. Then from Costa, Ashaya, Sharira, dissected organs and histology slides for 20 marks. So it can be like each topic can be given 5 marks. Maybe the external can ask you to describe any dissected parts, etc. I'm not going to describe you in detail everything. Then Parma Sharira, surface radiological anatomy, etc. 20 marks carried. Here you have to see your practical marks or whatever the assignments you have done. It cost you, I mean, it will give you 15 marks, and there will be a tendency you can just sit idle without opening your mouth. No, that is not advisable, because even your communication skill can get you 5 marks in your practical examination. Then Viva was in Viva 70 marks. So how, in what topics you have to study in Viva and all, I will show you in my upcoming slides. So sporting examination, which which of 20 marks, mostly 10 questions will be there for sporting. So these are the questions, these are the examples which is given by NCSM. Actually you can go through your syllabus to understand this question pattern. I hope all of you have the syllabus copy already. So with the time limit, I thought just I will show you few examples related to the practical examination. Okay. In the first point, they have mentioned they can keep some metaphors related to any key concept. For example, if you see the image, what is this? Gunjafala. So what is a metaphor related to that? Shuddha Artava Lakshana. Gunjafala Savarnam Cha. You know that shloka. So what you have to write? You have to write which structure, what is this, and what is the metaphor related or drishtanta related to that. Here it's look like spadiga, so Shuddha Artava Lakshana. Okay. So like this questions will be there for your practical sporting. Next, identify the marma and write its type according to the marma. So you know this is Vidura Marma and Vaikalyakara Badirya, etc. will happen. Then again, next question, identify the Marma and write its applied anatomy. So Stanamula Marma. Then here you can see, identify the given bone and write its two peculiarities. So you have to name the bone, you will get 1 mark. Then if you write the peculiarities, you will get 1 more mark. The next question, write the type of the given bone as per Ayurveda and modern science. So you have to understand what is the name of the bone, and according to modern, what type of bone it is, and according to Ayurveda, what type of bone it is. Next, one more question just for your understanding. This is one more example. Identify the muscle and write its nerve supply. So you have to identify which muscle. In your practical examination, this will be dissected part will be kept, the actual muscle or model will be kept. You have to identify which muscle it is and what is the nerve supply of that specific muscle. Then here one more example I am keeping, identify the joint. So by seeing the joint model or the actual joint, you have to understand which joint it is and what are the clinical anatomies mentioned in anatomy. Then here one more example, identify the joint and write the type according to modern and Ayurveda. So you have to write the name of the joint, and according to modern, what type of joint it is, and according to Ayurveda, the joint is called as what. So you have to write that. Then identify the organ and write name of the shrotas related to it. So these are the few examples I just wanted to show you. Next, in Viva was, see, while preparing for Viva, NCSM have given specific guideline. Maximum question should be asked from the recall topics, which is of 40 marks. So Siradhamani, Shroda, Sharirabhakramani, etc. topics. In that, the questions will be framed like, tell the definition of any specific topic, what are the types of that, then numbers, these kind of topics. So from these topics, maximum questions will be asked, and it is given allotted 40 marks. In comprehension question, which is allotted 20 marks, the questions will be like relations, blood supply, nerve supply, etc. In application level questions, give allotted mark is 10 mark, the assigned mark is 10 marks, and the questions will be framed, asked you to like applied anatomy of specific thing, clinical anatomy, surgical anatomy, etc. This also you can cross verify with your syllabus copy. Next, initially while describing, I told you practicing and revision of each topic is very much essential. This is the greatest way to test your understanding of this material. What will happen evening after your class hours, or now in this study holidays, you will open your textbook from the first word to last line. You will read repeatedly, blah 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 blah, you will read. Okay, but unless until you write it in a stipulated time in a paper, you will not be able to understand how much you have gained the knowledge or how much you have studied that topics. So it is essential, you have to collect the previous year question papers or how the questions are framed from specific topics, and start preparing, learn it and write it how you are going to write it in the examination. So what is the benefit of that? You are trying to write, for example, classification of marma you have written, so while reading you know everything, but while writing you are missing certain points. So you, it will help you to identify the gaps in your knowledge, how much you have gained, and you can focus on the missed portions again. So this will help you to become more familiar with the exam format and the type of question you may encounter in the examination. Then I already told you taking breaks is highly essential. See, from the day one onwards, I don't know every one of you have heard this or not, but most of the student might have heard it from your students or someone, that anatomy is so tough, it is so vast, it is so difficult to pass, so difficult to read. So this negative fear in your mind, it is, I mean, not in everyone's mind, but at least somebody will be having. So while studying for anatomy examination, definitely it is going to be overwhelming due to the vastness of the subject. So it is important to take break, and also it is scientifically proven that in 45 minutes it is essential to take or give a break for your mind and brain. Okay, when taking breaks, make sure to get up and move around. Why it is essential? Because taking these breaks will help you to stay focused and prevent burnout. Make sure to take few minutes to relax and clear your mind between studying session. See, while taking these breaks, you can have a walk, you can have a cup of tea, you can listen to some favorite music of yours. Definitely this will refresh your mind, and you can learn little more effectively after the break. Next, what is the relevance of getting enough sleep, or how you have to maintain the sleep schedule? Getting enough sleep is highly essential for studying, not only just anatomy examination, in every examination. You should make sure to get adequate hours of sleep every night, and try to tailor a pattern of specific time schedule. For example, daily go back to your bed at 11:30, wake up at 5, or else 12 o'clock, wake up at 5 o'clock or 5:30. You try to make this as a habit. The benefit of that, it will help you to wake up morning without much struggle. Otherwise what will happen, you will keep your alarm, okay, 5, 5:15, 5:45, 6, 6:30, and ultimately again you are going to wake up at 7. So you can follow a specific pattern. And so this consistent sleep schedule is useful for you to stay alert, focused during the day. Otherwise what will happen, this is a common problem among students, towards the examination last 1 or 2 months, every student will be awake till 3 o'clock, 4 a.m in the morning. And do you think that time you can study effectively? No, it is not possible, because you will be sleepy, drowsy, etc. So stick to a consistent sleep schedule is essential. Next, these are the tips for writing success. Don't wait for the last day to study and revise everything. You already know that within a day you cannot study everything. So you have to prepare ahead of time. I already told you practice answering question is highly essential. Then you have to organize your notes according to by prioritizing it and highlighting it, etc. Take sufficient breaks, stay calm in exam hall, and review your answers towards the end of your examination. And what things you have to do before the examination? Primary mistake, biggest mistake which is done by every student, they will awake all the night. I will tell you one example. In last example, one of my student, she was awake all night, and she left the examination hall after some time by telling that she's getting giddiness, she can't sit and write the examination hall. So don't do that. Follow your routine, have a good meal, drink sufficient water, hydrate yourself, get organized. What you have to do, keep your hall ticket, ID card, pens, everything ready in the prayer night itself. Just don't stress yourself, because already 16 month or 17 months of learning is over. Just one night, don't force yourself to be in so much stress what is going to happen next day. Relax, have a good night's sleep. This you have to remember. Having enough sleep is essential for prior night of examination. Then I already told you, it is important to review your answer in last 36 minutes. So this will give you a clear picture about how much you have performed in your answer, or how much score you may get in the examination. This is one more thing. Kindly do not do this, or don't do it on the day of examination. This is the biggest, I don't want to call it as a mistake or something like that, but which is not a right thing to do on the day of examination. See, you will be reaching the examination hall, nearer to the examination hall, by 8:15 or 8:20. You have to get into the examination hall by 8:30. So there is no point in carrying all BDC, all Grey's Anatomy, your Ayurveda notes which you prepared, which you got from library, all the books you don't need to bring to the near examination hall, because you cannot revise everything in the last 5 minutes. Next thing, actually I was trying to find an apt image, but I couldn't find it in internet, which I wanted to convey as, see, there is a common tendency in front of the examination hall, making others tensed, making others stressed. Macha neen ado didiya, have you studied central nervous system? Oh, you, I left that topic, अरे मैंने वो topic पढ़ाया नहीं, आपने पढ़ाया. So what benefit out of that? You are making your friend into utmost stress. Already he will be in stress mode, he is scared that what is going to happen in exam. So again you are going to make your friend stressed, or he may forget even the things which you have studied. So kindly do not go and speak your friends whether you studied that, I have studied this, you haven't studied that. Kindly do not do that. Okay, then I already told you, don't carry all your luggages to exam hall. And once when the teacher is asking you to get in the examination hall at 8:30, running from first page to last page all together, this is also not going to help you in any ways, other than make yourself confused about the topic. So kindly don't do this also. So try to remember, don't carry all the luggage to your towards the examination hall. Don't make others stressed, and just don't try to revise everything in 5 minutes, because it will make you more confused rather than helping you to remember. Then you have reached towards the examination hall. Now I am telling what you have to do in the examination hall. Don't forget to carry your hall ticket and college ID. Then no watches are permitted inside the examination hall. Even though 8:30 is the time to enter or reporting the examination hall, my suggestion to all of you, reach near or assemble near the examination hall at 8:20 a.m., which will help you to be away from this last minute rush. Even just try to remember, half of you might have seen some of your friend will be rushing at last moment towards the examination hall, as if he was doing some hurry or some very heavy work in hostel. So kindly don't do that. Assemble near the examination hall 8:20 a.m. Relax. You just walk from your hostel 5 minutes prior to that. Aram say you can reach there and report inside the examination hall at 8:30 a.m. Then after receiving the booklet, don't just hurry or don't just rush to fill your details like name, QP code and all. Before touch your pen in the booklet, what you have to do? The first thing what you have to do is scroll each pages and check for any errors in barcode and any damages to the answer sheet. I repeat, you have to check the booklet for barcode errors. Why barcode errors? Your answer sheets are not sent directly to the evaluators. It will be scanned from your institute and sent to the evaluator. So if the barcode is not right, if the barcode is not proper, the scanning may not be completed and your answer sheet may be get rejected. So kindly check for the any damages or barcode errors before you write anything in your answer sheet. Then one more thing, use black ink pens. As I told you already, it is going to be scanned. So for better clarity, it is advisable or it is essential to use black ink pens. Then OMR sheet filling, this and all will be guided by your concerned teacher on that day. Next, staying calm. See, I have seen in a Yoga Naturopathy Institute, before examination, after entering this 8:20 a.m., they are asking the student to take some breath exercise before the examination starts. So after entering the examination hall, you can take few deep breaths and relax yourself. Remember, stay calm when taking your anatomy examination. Trust in your knowledge and avoid letting anxiety overpower you, because you have utilized your energy for this examination. You have done all the hardship, you have sacrificed, you have stopped talking with your parents, you have reduced all the other activities, you have spent sufficient time. So have the trust in your knowledge rather than, oh my god, what is going to happen in my examination. Then still you got the question paper, you start writing, but still anxiety is or the stress is attacking you. Stop writing, keep your pen down, take few seconds, again take deep breath, relax, then start writing, refocus and start writing. Remind yourself that you are prepared and you can do it, because you have spent enough time and energy for this examination. So stay calm and stay positive. Then some of your teacher might have guided you regarding this answer booklet. RGHS is providing the same booklet as the previous year. So you have to remember, for long answer question, the allotted pages are from page number 1 to page number 24. So 6 pages you will get for each question. Once again, I am repeating, page number 1 to 24, long answer question. Each question you can utilize 6 pages. Then short answer questions you have to write from the page number 25 to 48. So 3 pages for each short answer question you will get. Then MCQ, remember, you should write your MCQ only on 49 and 50th pages. Then strike out the printed, because pre-printed question numbers will be there, that you can strike out, and you can add the question number according to this pattern. And the diagram, you should use black pen. MCQ, so there is a tendency, what you will do, in small letter you will write A which look like D, so the evaluator can take whichever the right decision. So there is a guideline that you have to write the choice A, B, C, D in capital letter in case of MCQ. Next, I wish that everyone who is going to listen, who is listening this, should pass in the examination. But still, there will be a scary feeling inside. Sir, what will happen if I fail? Don't worry, even if you fail, still you will get, each and every student in your class will be promoted to second profession. But if you do not clear minimum 3 subjects before the third professional examination, you cannot appear for the third professional examination. So now you have a plan and understand the format of the examination. I told you what is the format of examination, what is the pattern of examination, and now it is the time to put in practice. Still you have time. If you focus, still you can put into practice and achieve well. Remember that practice and repetition is the only key to mastering any subject or anything in the world. So still time is there. Be consistent, focus on your study, and achieve your goals. Organize your notes, take breaks, and get enough sleep to ensure you are ready for the exam day. Wholeheartedly, I wish each one of you all the best for your exams. So before concluding my session, I want to tell you, obviously the thought of an upcoming an examination can be daunting, but with hard work and dedication, the sky is the limit. So kindly stay positive. This is the conclusion statement from me. The best medicine in the world is nothing other than the knowledge. Vijnanam aushadhinam shreshtam. And nothing is easily available without effort. Shramam vina na kimabi sadhyam. So kindly keep all your efforts for this exam. Keep this in mind. Vijnanam aushadhinam shreshtam shramam vina na kimapi sadhyam. With this, I am concluding my session. If anything you want to ask, kindly ask.
Thank you, sir, for wonderful session. And now we can shall we take the questions from the viewers, sir?
Yes, yes.
Thank you, sir. Uh, I request all the guys who are watching the session kindly put up your questions, and sir will be answering your doubts.
If even if the time is not permitting, they can reach, they can send you the questions, you can convey, and I will answer, even if the time is not permitting, because I think I have taken sufficient time. Even that would be, I have made actually certain pattern for writing. If an artery is asked how we have to write, if a bone is asked what heading should be added, um, I will share it to you after the session. I will share it to Mr. Karthi, and he can share it to the students later.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir. I think that would work, sir. I
Yeah.
think that would work.
Okay.
Okay, sir. So, shall we take the questions or shall we end the session and later reach out to you, sir?
Anything as you say. I think it is almost 1 hour. If you want to proceed with,
Okay, sir.
that is also fine. If you want to send the question, that also fine.
Okay, sir. Actually, we received few questions after the session yesterday, sir, and
Yeah,
we have few common questions,
yeah,
which I would like to bring up to you.
yeah,
That is, how many diagrams that one should write, like for 10-mark question and 5-mark question, how to like differentiate, like how many they should write, and
yeah,
whether they should draw a neat label diagram or a rough diagram is fine. This is one question, sir.
yeah. See, it is clear that we have to stick on the time. Within 3 hours, we have to finish our examination. So, if you try to beautify an answer with so many diagrams and completely neatly labeled diagrams, I don't think you can finish your examination within the 3 hours of time. So what you can do, you can limit yourself by keeping one diagram for a 5 mark question, and in long answer question, for example, femur is asked. Okay, as I told you, for better representation, you can keep subheadings. For example, only you can give description first for a upper end, so you can give a smaller diagram in the right corner of upper end. Then once when you describe, so like that you can divide. But the problem is that, again I am telling you, how to think about the timing. In long answer question, if it is necessary, then you can add up to 2 or 3 images, but there is no guidelines from neither from RGHS nor from NCSM that specifically these many images is required. And obviously, if I am telling 5 questions is required, but the question, okay, in marma just classification is asked, so you will not be able to add sufficient diagrams. So you have to consider the question, you have to consider the time. So my opinion, in 5 marks you can add 1 image, and in long answer question maximum up to 3 images. And rough diagrams, if I tell, okay, you just draw a rough diagram, it is like I am permitting you, okay, you do some wrong activity, nothing wrong in that. Obviously, once when you draw a diagram, there should be labeling of the structures present there. So even while scanning, I have seen one skull diagram. Okay, what is the problem with this rough diagram? That skull diagram was just a circle, okay, with 2 eyes marked in that. So such kind of blunders is not permissible, but you can make diagrams with at least some minimal labeling. Even though if you are not sure about the proper labeling, at least you can focus on the minimal labelings. Anything else? Hello.
Thank you for the answer, sir. The next question is from Lakshmi.
Yeah.
The question is, sir, is it compulsory to get 50 marks in each paper?
No, actually, they have mentioned aggregate. For example, both paper together you have to score 100. Till yesterday, I was telling everyone that you have to just score 100 out of 200. But today in discussion, I need to clarify it once again with some officials. Today, some of my colleague was telling it is essential to score 40 above one paper. For example, paper 1 you score 40 and paper 2 you score 60, then altogether you are getting 100, you can pass. But that information I just received today. Till yesterday, as far as my knowledge is concerned, you have to score aggregate 100 out of 200, you have to score 100, not like paper 150, paper 250, nothing like that. Aggregate you have to score 100. Next question.
Uh, Thank you, sir.
Hmm.
Thank you, sir. The next
Yeah.
question is regarding the shlokas, sir.
Yeah.
Like few students haven't memorized during whole year. When they have started
Yeah.
to prepare and learn shlokas now, they're not able to
Hmm.
grasp them, sir. So,
Okay.
to score better marks, they're asking is the shlokas are compulsory, or
Okay.
can we dedicate that time to other things and concentrate less on shlokas since they're not able to
Uh,
grasp in the last moment.
the problem is that in a evaluator point of view, I will tell you. Okay, Shuddha Shukra Lakshana or Shuddha Artava Lakshana together for 5 marks it is asked. Okay, if you are writing meaning, okay, how much you can give in your paper, you just imagine. You cannot, not even 10 percentage of the allotted page you can fill or you can produce the data. Am I right or wrong? So my suggestion, instead of leaving entire shloka that no we cannot study anything, you should have studied actually. You can do one thing now. Okay, for example, garbha definition. Okay, any specific topic, go for some important shlokas. Okay, definition of that. Okay, if there is any basic classification is mentioned. Okay, so like that in a specific topic, minimize the shloka numbers to minimum 2 or 3. I advise 5, at least 3 shlokas, try to by heart. And I think there wouldn't be any student who didn't study the definition of Garbha, definition of Sharira, Shuddha Shukra Lakshana, or definition for Marma. They must be knowing already so many shlokas, so they can revise it. Along with that, each topic ask them to dedicate at least some minimum shloka so that your paper will not look like that they didn't even spend time for that topic.
Thank you, sir. The another question was regarding MCQs, sir.
Hmm.
Since MCQs are definite, like
Hmm.
we are of RS6 scheme, sir. So
G.
we would add better options to score because we
G.
had 3 mark, 5 mark, 10 mark, and we
Yes.
could have at least scored 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5 or 7 out of 10, like that. But
Okay.
MCQs
Hmm.
here is definite, sir. Like 1 marks
Yes.
is fixed for the right answer. So,
Yes.
what minimum marks you would suggest to students that they should get out of MCQs, 20 questions?
Uh, See, the problem with MCQ, if I am telling you, try to, we are not going to lose any mark for wrong answer. It is not a competitive examination. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
we are not going to lose any mark even if you write wrong answer. Okay, the problem is that each question I used to earlier with the olden pattern, I used to tell my student, if you leave one 5 mark question, okay, it means that your possibility to fail in exam is almost 20% sure. Okay, if a short answer question if you are leaving, it clearly indicates that you may fail in exam. 20% chances are there. Here, uh, if you have a prejudiced mind, like I will focus on maximum 10 questions or I will try to score maximum 15. Okay, if you go with that mindset, I think it will create adverse effect. Okay, try to score maximum in MCQ. What is the benefit of scoring maximum in MCQ? You tell, no teacher can reduce the mark. Okay, if a 5 mark question is asked, you are writing, okay, maybe your handwriting is not good, or else you haven't filled the paper properly with sufficient data. So there is a possibility that out of 5 you will get only 2.5 or 2 or 3. But in MCQ, if you are able to score all, if you are able to write all the 20 correctly, you have to believe that your possibilities of getting pass is high. Am I right or wrong? Because nobody can reduce the mark if all the 20 is right. So try to
Exactly,
give
sir.
maximum attention. And from student point of view, MCQs is not so easy, because till last year, the deeper knowledge, point to point knowledge wasn't sufficient for a student to clear the examination. So by considering that, NCISM brought MCQs in examination. So it clearly indicates that the student need more deeper knowledge. Okay. So at least out of 20, more than 12 they should clear. More than 12 they should make clear. The best option is out of 20 they should make right answers. 12 to 15 minimal mark.
Yes, sir. I think that would increase their pass of
Yes, yes.
chance of passing also.
Yes, yes.
Because if they
Exactly.
score more marks in MCQ, then
Uh,
it would be very easy to
yes,
for them to
yes.
reach the border marks.
Exactly, exactly, exactly.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for that, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
this question and session was more regarding RS7 batch, sir. But there are
Yeah.
supply rating students from RS6 and RS5 batch also, sir.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
what advice you would like to give them, sir?
See, generally, what is the problem? I will tell you. They have appeared for examination maybe 2 months back. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So they will, after the examination, classes will be going on. They will never practice writing. Okay. They will never practice writing. And all of a sudden, again, they are going to write the examination by sitting in the examination hall for 3 hours. My first suggestion, utilize these 20 days for writing the answer. Whatever you are studying, write it and practice. First thing, so 100% it will be useful for their examination. Second thing, now again opening BDC. Okay, already I lost my exam for 2 times, thrice, so this time I wanted to pass. Opening BDC, first volume, first page. Now they don't have time for that. Now they should utilize the time for revising whatever they have studied. Okay, they don't have time for studying a new concept or starting from the beginning. They should revise whatever they have studied, their short notes, etc. They can utilize. This is the second point I want to give. And third thing, the biggest mistake what I believe they are doing, they are leaving the questions. Okay, due to the lack of proper time management, most of the time these students are skipping some question. So ask them to stay focused. They should not, I told you in the question answer session, one sentence I told you, if a student is leaving one 5 mark question, this is my my opinion. I am not telling this is some scientific protocol and all. If a student miss a 5 mark question, it clearly indicates that the student may fail. 20% probability is there. So the third thing is that they should attempt all the questions. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And final thing what I want to tell you, you have plenty of question paper. If you take RGHS last 10-year 15-year question paper itself, they can clearly pass their examination. Okay, benefit of going through the question papers, I will tell you. See, indirectly it will help you to cover all the syllabus points. Instead of checking the question previous year question paper, if you open your textbook and read from the chapter 1, you will stick with there only. You will not move forward. So if you revise the previous year question paper, it will help them to cover maximum portion. It will help them to cover the syllabus, and they will get an idea what kind of questions have been asked in the examination. So these are the 4 things I wanted to tell the previous pattern students.
Yes, sir. Because if you are writing for the third or fourth time, sir,
Mm,
since they are
mm,
of RS5 or RS6
mm,
batch,
mm.
so I think like what are the mistakes they could rectify that could clear their anatomy paper, sir. Like
See what will
what
happen.
would be the mistakes they would be doing?
I'll tell you what will happen. The thing is that with the first attempt or second attempt, they will slowly start hating the subject. Okay, second thing, that their attention towards specific question, no, their learning will end up as superficial learning. Okay, once when you don't have the confidence about the specific question, what they will do, they will start writing in just paragraph. Okay, so in paragraph, how much ever they try, in a paragraph 5 or 6 lines will be there. Okay, so what will happen, within 2 or 3 paragraphs, whatever the knowledge they have about that question will be finishing. So for 3 pages of 5 marks question, their answer will end up in 1 page. So they should stop writing just paragraph by paragraph. They should write everything by point, and try to add maximum headings. See, you only just try to imagine, if you are talking about a bone, definitely you can give an introduction. It is a upper limb bone. Okay, then it is two in number, something like that, a general introduction they can give. Then after that, they can keep so many headings related to that. If you keep a heading, and beneath that if you're writing just 1 or 2 point also, this will look as a better presentation, and the evaluator will get impressed. Okay, next thing, they should start focusing on drawing diagrams. I'm not telling that each and every structure which they have learned in their 12 months or 18 months of syllabus, every drawing they should practice. No need. They can practice some main organs like stomach, heart, lungs, liver, and kidney, and also in sensory organs. Okay, then few bones like femur, scapula. Okay, like that they can limit by seeing the previous year question paper. Ask them to practice, because entire syllabus they cannot revise. And which one point I already told you, leaving the questions is a biggest mistake they are doing.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for the beautiful explanation, sir. I think that's all from our question and answer session, sir. I
Okay.
would personally like to thank you for agreeing on such a short notice, sir. And you were busy the first time when we reached out to you, and you reached us back that you wanted to do a different kind of session which would be actually helpful for the students. I think this is the best session I personally heard about any subject, sir. Not only regarding anatomy. I personally going to implement whatever all the suggestions you suggested or whatever the tips you gave. I personally going to use them in my exams also, sir, for my preparation in third year exams. So it was really an helpful session and was very different from the sessions we had. I think this had reached to the most students, and I think the students will really get benefit out of this. I, behalf of my whole team at Jignasa, would really like to thank you and express our heartfelt gratitude to you for agreeing to take up a session in iron anatomy and for delivering it so beautifully uh, to the heart of the every student. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Okay, actually, I'm closely observing the activities of Jignasa. You are doing very good. So it's my pleasure to be associated with any venture, even in upcoming ventures. Any help from my side, you can ask. So once again, thanks for giving me this opportunity, and wish all the student all the best for their examination. Once again, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I am really happy to hear you saying about Jignasa, sir, because ours is an organization which is completely run by students only, sir. And this program is also run by the third year and second year students. We wanted to do something for our juniors, so we planned it and we are doing it. So it is completely run by the students, the organization, to give support for the Ayush students who face inequalities in present society compared to the students of modern medicine. So we wanted to be the change, and that's how Jignasa was formed. So we would like to work. We would be the most happy to work with you in future, sir. We would like to collaborate with you. We would like to work hand in hand. Um, to promote Ayurveda, to promote the values the Ayurveda has, and also we want to make a Sharira Rachana easy for students, and not they should have this courage to face the Sharira Rachana bravely, and not to get fear of this subject. So we would like to collaborate with you and work side by side with you in future, sir. We would be
Yeah.
happy
So
to work with you in future, sir.
sorry to interrupt. One more thing which I wanted to convey, which what is making me happy, I will tell you. See, this was my plan to incorporate few lectures for the students. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
I am so happy to see that from student side, such kind of effort you are doing along with your class hours. You are doing all these activities. So
Yes, sir.
personally, I wanted to congratulate each one of you in your team, and I'm glad to
Thank you,
see
sir.
these kind of activities from your side.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. We up to 4:30 or 5:30 we will be having classes, sir. And after that, we'll start calling the teachers. We start making the posters. We start promoting and make it sure that it will reach to every students. And we'll start with the session, and it will almost get over by 9:30. We are trying our best to manage both our academic schedule and to help our juniors, sir. So
Great
thank
effort,
you for
great
the
effort.
for your words, sir. It made us really happy.
Okay. Okay. Once again, thanks for
Thank
the
you, sir.
opportunity. Okay.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir. Now I request your permission to end the session, sir.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, guys, for joining. Join us for tomorrow. Join us for the sessions on neurology, nervous system, and another session will be on mama sharira. So we will be updating you the times in the group. The one session will be from 6 to 5 to 6, I guess, and another session will be from 7 to 8, and the topics will be, one will be on mama sharira and another will be on nervous system. Thank you guys for joining today, and we will meet again tomorrow. Thank you all.